Hello and welcome to FTTR, I am Ewan McQuaid, and today we are on the road to WrestleMania, and I want to talk about one of the big events that's going down next week. One that has got me thinking about the brand that it represents and why I have not necessarily a hot take, but a take that I think it's relevant. So I'm talking about NXT UK Prelude, and specifically I'm going to go into NXT UK and why I think it is the best wrestling product that WWE are putting out on a weekly basis. So first of all, I want to talk about the stories. I want to talk about the stories that are going on in NXT UK. For example, as of the latest episode, mild spoilers here, but the match between Pretty Deadly and Amir Jordan and Kenny Williams, it was a great match. It was a great match. And they really sowed the seeds for this Kenny heel turn. And I think they did it really well. The turn was good. It was, worthy of a heel turn. He had reason for the heel turn. And that even played out in the match with Amir Jordan taking most of the damage throughout the match, that Kenny Williams was just like, no, we're going to cheat. We're going to win. Whatever means necessary. So that was a really good story. But also I think the build between Rampage Brown and Volta has been really good as well. I think the Heritage Cup build with sort of all these, different wrestlers coming in and out of this division is really cool. You've got Noam Dar, Tyler Bate, Champion A-Kid. It's a really sort of stacked division that when I last watched NXT UK, because I went through a phase of not watching it, it wasn't as stacked. It was, building itself to become a top brand. And I think they've really done that. I think getting the talent in, because the division that was struggling the most when I last watched, sort of about a year ago, was the tag team division. They weren't stacked at all. The main three teams were Flash Morgan Webster, Mark Andrews, Gallus, and the Grizzled Young Veterans. But now it seems like they've got a really deep tag team roster. They've got Pretty Deadly, they did have Amir Jordan and Kenny Williams, they've got T-Bone and Primate together. They've got Gallus still. So it's actually building to be quite an interesting tag team division. And then the main scene is just off the chain good. Rampage Brown, you've got Ilya Dragunov, you've got all these other mid-carders as well, like Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, who can all sort of slot themselves into the main event picture when they need to do. And I think that's the strength of NXT UK, is that it doesn't feel, stacked in divisions. Obviously you've got the women's division, you've got the tag division, but they all sort of flow. Even with the women's division, every single woman on that roster feels like they could slot into the main event picture like that. You just got a returning Millie McKenzie, not called Millie McKenzie, they just called her Millie McKenzie, I don't know why. You've got Miko Satomura, you've got Piper Niven, you've got Ginny, you've got all these wrestlers who are involved in other storylines that could all just slot into the main title program, and that's something that I think is missing from the rest of WWE's product. The rest of the product that they put out all feels like people are slotted into places and they can never remove themselves from those places. NXT is better at that, but I think the issue with NXT is the product's just got a bit stale at the moment. They've got Walter over there challenging Ciampa. It's the build for this takeover. I just don't think the NXT product is as good as it used to be, personally. But I think NXT UK has really found its stride. And it's got me really hyped for this event. NXT UK Prelude, because you've got really good matches. You've got Tyler Bate versus Noam Dar in Heritage Cup rules. That could be really interesting. You've got Miko Satomura, Amelia McKenzie versus Isla Dawn and, I can't remember her name, Kaylee Ray in a tag team match. That could be really good. And then you've got Rampage Brown versus Volta. That is a really stacked card, but I feel like NXT UK is just flying under the radar. Maybe it's because it's now transitioned to BT Sport. It is available on the network as well, but it's harder to access. However, I think the studio and everything looks great. It looks the best an empty arena show has looked. I think it looks better than the NXT arena. I think it even looks better than the Thunderdome, personally. I think it's a really cool setup. My only real issue with NXT UK is that sometimes the commentary is a bit over the top, a bit too much, to be honest. But that's just WWE commentary, to be honest. And sometimes it's warranted. You know, the Ilya Dragunov versus Sam Bradshaw. I can't remember which one it was. That match, you know, really deserved the amount of commentary and hype that it got. And I feel like they're building to these main events really, really, really well. So, if anything, this video is just me sort of pleading and asking, why don't you watch NXT UK? Because it's really good. It is genuinely really good. I didn't think I'd be watching it as religiously as I now am. But the stories are really cool, and I'm really interested in who's going to dethrone Volta, because I don't think it's going to be Rampage Brown. I genuinely do not know who's going to take the United Kingdom Championship from Volta. And maybe that's their biggest hook, is that he's had this 500 plus day reign. Who's going to defeat him? There's no obvious candidates, in my opinion, other than them signing Cara Noir and Cara Noir doing it. But I don't know who else it could be, to be honest. So yeah, those are my thoughts on NXT UK. Great set, great wrestlers, great promos, because I know sometimes, you know, soap opera acting in the UK is not great. I think the promos over on NXT UK have been really good. Particularly Noam Dar is stealing the show, to be honest. And just incredible matches. They've really stepped up the work rate, and they've really nailed the hour-long wrestling product. So if you don't watch NXT UK, I would highly recommend checking it out. So those are my thoughts on NXT UK, and I will have predictions up for NXT UK Prelude and probably NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. Let me know if you still watch NXT UK. Do you watch NXT? Do you just not watch the WWE product at all? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll try and reply to every single one of them. Thank you all ever so much, and have a nice day.